There's a reason why it took me 3.5 years to include Hyuna in this series. I was genuinely scared of how much time it would take to figure out her 8 fastest raps, and let me tell you, my fear was well placed. She has roughly 16 or more songs, all within a single syllable per second of first place. If you don't know what that means, I'll explain it in detail in a second, but let me tell you, that's fucking insane. Like, normally rappers might have 3 or 4 raps on the list within 1 syllable per second of each other, and often none within first place except for their fastest rap. But 16 or more, it's honestly unheard of for my series, and because of that, this took me so long to research. She is just such a consistent rapper in terms of speed, so don't expect some secret rap that you never knew of making her the fastest K-pop rapper or something. That just doesn't exist to my knowledge. But hey, let's just dive into it and find out what her fastest raps are with the 8 fastest Hyuna raps. Now, let me quickly explain how this series works for those of you who are new to my channel. You can skip to this timestamp on the screen if you know how I do this already. Okay, so it works like this. I listened to all of Hyuna's verses in 4 Minute, as well as her solos and other features in Triple H and Troublemaker. Feel free to let me know if I missed any obscure song, because I'm human, I probably missed something. But looking at those raps, I found what I thought were the fastest sounding parts by ear in that given song. Then it took 8 seconds of those parts to be constant with all the other 66 Korean rappers I have looked at so far and counted the total amount of syllables in that span of time. And then finally, I divided that total by 8 to find the average syllable per second count, and that is how we determine the quickest of Hyuna's raps. As always, every Korean rapper I have ever done this on will be listed at the end of the video in order so you can see how Hyuna compares in speed. Now, let's dive in to number 8, where we're going to start this list off with a 4-minute verse on their song Femme Fatale. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong, but every time I read the title of the song, I'm just thinking of 4 Minute and Hyuna in Mortal Kombat as like a fucking fighter in Mortal Kombat. Fatality. I don't know why, but that would be amazing. I'd completely buy the newest Mortal Kombat for that. But in Femme Fatale, at about 1 minute and 40 seconds in, Hyuna hits 48 syllables in 8 seconds, which is an average of 6 syllables per second. And like you saw when it was playing, this is a tie for 7th, which means our next song is also a tie for 7th. And this is probably a bit more of a popular song as it's featuring Ellie of EXID. And this is Hyuna's solo song, Blacklist. So like I was saying in the beginning, there are probably another 10 verses of Hyuna's that could easily fit in this spot and sound, maybe even sound faster than Blacklist right here. But it turns out Blacklist does hit 48 syllables in 8 seconds, which is 6 syllables per second, and ties for 7th place, locking it into this list and locking the other 10 or 12 songs that are almost at that point out of this list. If you're curious about them, I can let you know if you ask in the comments down below. And that's at about 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the song, since it didn't mention that. But moving on to number 5 now, because we have another tie. Surprise! We have Hyuna's song Mirror. 불필요한 잣대와 선입견에 위축되어 살아가 마치 못해 가짜를 입고서 마치 진짜인 척하며 더 어색하게 행동해 어서 더 살아 불필요한 잣대와 선입견에 위축되어 살아가 마치 못해 가짜를 입고서 마치 진짜인 척하며 더 어색하게 행동해 어서 더 살아. We move up just 1 syllable in 8 seconds and we already have another tie for 5th, and this first one that we are talking about is Hyuna's solo Mirror, as I just mentioned. This is about 2 minutes and 2 seconds into this song as well. Hyuna hits 49 syllables in 8 seconds, which is an average of 6.13 syllables per second. And honestly, I'm not going to waste any time, just move right into the other song tied for 5th, because I absolutely adore this song, and it's Hyuna's solo title track called Baby. As the song is also tied for 5th, it's the exact same statistics as Mirror, which is 49 syllables in 8 seconds for an average of 6.13 syllables per second. That's about a minute and 28 seconds into Baby, my probably favorite Hyuna song in general that I absolutely adore, as I mentioned, and I could fanboy about the song all day. Not even necessarily the raps, but just the overall song in general. I love it so much. But we're going to move on to number 3 now because yet again, we have another tie. Moving one syllable up, which I'll get to in a second. But the first one we're going to talk about is 4 Minutes song Show Me.
여기서도 저기서도 갖고 싶대 내가 어쩌래 네가 한번 가져볼래 생각처럼 쉬운 상대는 아닐 거야 생각 못한 세계를 경험하게 돼 여기서도 저기서도 갖고 싶대 내가 어쩌래 네가 한번 가져볼래 생각처럼 쉬운 상대는 아닐 거야 생각 못한 세계를 경험하게 돼.
Now this verse just starts off the 4-minute song, and honestly it's the best way to start a 4-minute song in my opinion, with a nice hardcore Hyuna verse. I don't know why, I just love the way the song starts. But at this part, 9 seconds into the song Show Me, Hyuna hits 50 syllables in 8 seconds, which is an average of 6.25 syllables per second. Like I mentioned, I keep going back into the beginning. We are halfway through this list and we have moved up 2 syllables. That's how crazy consistent Hyuna is with her speeds. But let's move on to the other song tied for 3rd, and it's another Hyuna title track I absolutely adore, just like Baby, but this time we got Red. Now at about 1 minute and 30 seconds into Hyuna's amazing song of Red that she's blessed all of our eyes and ears with, she hits again 50 syllables in 8 seconds, which is an average of 6.25 syllables per second. But hey, that's our final tie of the list, and we can finally move up to a spot that's not going to be tied for our 2nd place song, which is another Hyuna solo, and it's her song Ice Ice. In Hyuna's song Ice Ice, about a minute and 49 seconds into the song, she hits 51 syllables in 8 seconds, which is an average of 6.38 syllables per second, moving up yet again just one single syllable of Miss Consistent Speed rapper of Hyuna. And without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into what number 1 is, and the fastest Hyuna rap surprisingly might not sound like the fastest, but it is, and it's her verse in 4-minute song No Love.
네 옆에도 좋은 사람들과 많아봐야 속이 시원하겠지 그럼 그렇게 너 그러다 후회하기 없기로 해 다시 만나달란 얘기 절대 네 옆에도 좋은 사람들과 많아봐야 속이 시원하겠지 그럼 그렇게 너 그러다 후회하기 없기로 해 다시 만나달란 얘기 절대.
In the song No Love, she's moved up 1 syllable for the fastest rap yet again, which is 52 syllables in 8 seconds for an average of 6.5 syllables per second. And that's about a minute and 57 seconds into 4 minutes song of No Love. And just to say this real quick, if you can't hear a difference between No Love and Femme Fatale, I don't blame you, because it is literally a half syllable per second difference from her 8th fastest rap to her fastest rap. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning. It is such a minute difference between the speeds of a rapping that just by listening to it, I'm sure most people can't, I even can't do it. And when I was doing this, it took me so long because I couldn't figure out the difference in the raps, and yeah, but I was listening to it and it's just like they all sounded the same pace. So I don't blame you, because I can't even hear the difference. But this is Hyuna's fastest rap, which is No Love, the 4-minute song, and the other 7 are also on her 8 fastest raps. There are other songs that kind of got close, which were like 4 Minutes, Say My Name, Triple H's Sunflower, and Triple H's Feel, Troublemaker's Attention, and Hyuna's solo A Bitter Day. Just to name a few that were all tied for spots 9 and 10, but we're not getting into that because this is the 8 fastest Hyuna raps, and if you haven't noticed, scrolling on the screen right now is a bunch of Korean rapper names, because I have made videos on all of them, like CL and Jenny and anyone you can really think of, because I'm trying to get to every single rapper and keep them updated. And currently this is the list. If any of them interest you, you can go check them out. I have videos on all of them that you see on the screen, and I'm continuously growing it, so be sure to subscribe too. And since you're here for Hyuna, she is currently tied at 55th with Hoshi from 17, Lisa from Blackpink, and Bang Chan from Stray Kids, and yeah, so that's where she currently is. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, be sure to subscribe and K-pop and chill the safe way.
너네 모두 꺼주시오 한국말로 하자니 어색하네요 스타일도 바꿨지 이제 내랑 비교 마시오 나한테 내속 이런 건 처음 해보지요 영화 빼고 말해 내 피부 노란색 그래 앞에 번호 8이잖아 빨리 전화해 네가 아는 여자애들 싹 다 불러 오늘 밤은 불지를 거니까 폰을 꺼두기로 해 다시 노아야 끝내 시절로